Mastro, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the chart for actor, singer, restaurateur Johnny Depp. Um, if you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal zodiac Vedic astrology, you see the constellation of Cancer rising at 19 degrees. That becomes the most effective point of every house. Any planets like the moon and like the sun that are within 5 degrees have a lot of impact in the chart. So, Sage Parasha said that Multicorner signs take precedence. And wherever you see the Multicorner signs in the house that they're in, that's what we came here to work on in this life. So the Multicorner signs are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11. So we see Aries ruled by Mars in the career house, working on perfecting his craft, his career. Then you see the fourth sign of Cancer ruled by Moon in the first house, working on life purpose, name and fame, gives good, handsome looks as well. And then we have the fifth sign of Leo, ruled by Sun in the second house, working on wealth and fame and marital stability. Then we have the sixth sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury in the house of success through fine arts, performing arts, and communication. Then we have the ninth sign of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter in the house of conflict or divorce, legal issues. And then we have the 11th sign of Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, and the 8th house of death-like experiences, drama, research into roles that he's playing. And then, yeah, so those are the main things he's working on. Let's look at how the planets are operating, and then we'll see when they're operating during the timing of events and what we could do to strengthen the chart. So, Sun is ruling, again, this house of wealth and fame. So it gives him wealth and fame through his leading roles, leadership abilities, organizational skills, and social connections. Actors need, relationships with their agents and directors and casting agents and things. So through all those connections. And that it is really a strong planet for him. It really contributed to his success. Then Moon is at 20 degrees. Now it is poorly placed in a challenging house, sixth house. And it is, so there can be conflict, there can be healing and health issues, and it can be connected to his life purpose, something that he needs to heal. And so his life purpose, this house has also to do with charities, and he's involved in like 30 different charities and service work. So I would say his life purpose is connected to helping others through, he makes quite a large sum of money and he's helping other people with that. Moon is other people. Now it is weak, so parents got divorced at an early age, so not good support from mother, parents, etc. Now Mars is ruling the career house, placed in the house of wealth and fame, and Mars itself is passion, drive, ambition to be successful, as well as being involved in action movies. I would say Mars is, conflict as well, and courage to go out and do these things. So Mercury is weak. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 is said to be in infant or old age state and can't protect or promote its own significations. So Mercury's weak at 1 degree. It is ruling the house of success through performing arts, and Mercury itself is communication, self-expression, connected to his social connections. Then we have Jupiter. Now, any Multicorner sign in the 6th, the 8th, or the 12th, the ruler of that sign becomes what we say functional malefic. So it can cause issues in the transit or birth chart through aspect or conjunction. And if it's close to the most effective point, all the houses that it aspects as well. So Jupiter is close to the most effective point, and it is afflicting the 9th house of moral issues. So he can be outside the norms of social acceptability. He's a little eccentric. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's afflicting the life purpose and the fame. 6, 7, and the success. 8, 9, and the ability to entertain and creativity. So Venus is also weak at 2 degrees, and it is ruling the Libra, ruled by Venus here. So it is happiness and home life, and he's working on that in his life, this lifetime too. I skipped that. Now it is weak, so there can be some issues with Venus, the significator for wife and the family. Then we have Saturn is also functional malefic. So Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, in the 8th house of death-like experiences, life-changing events. So Saturn is sitting in the house of marriage. So it brings that kind of drama into the marriage and partnerships. And but it gives him also the ability to research different roles that he's playing in these movies. So there is some benefit. Now, Rahu and Ketu are always functional malefic, but in this case, they're fairly benign. They're not afflicting any houses. They're not close to the most effective point. So they're bringing insights into healing and insights into conflict as well. He's learning about it. And then Rahu's giving this desire for, on one hand, enlightenment also, but this desire not to fit in. He's said to be a misfit. And also this house has to do with addictions and sleep issues. So there can be that. He does have some addictions to drugs and alcohol and started smoking at a very young age and is a bit eccentric. So this Rahu and Ketu are always balancing something. Here it's balancing spiritual growth and the body, etc., the health. And so let's looking at the timing of events. He was arrested for vandalism in 1994 during a Venus period. Venus, some unhappiness created by that event. Had a daughter during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is a significator for children. And then was voted the sexiest man alive during a Mercury period. Mercury is success, and it was aspected by Sun at that time. Sun giving, beneficial fame to him at that time. And then we have got separated in 2012. And that was during a Rahu period, and then got married to Amber in 2015 during a Jupiter period, which is not a great period to start a marriage in this case because it rules the house of divorce and conflict. So that marriage was plagued with conflict and divorce. His mom died in 2016. Also during a Jupiter period, or I think it was actually a Saturn period, Jupiter Saturn, and yes, so Saturn is death-like experiences, and Jupiter is um, uh, divorce. So now we have this, he's involved in a defamation lawsuit against his previous wife, and it's affecting his career. And he's, said that she was a victim of domestic violence. And so this is a Jupiter Venus period. So Jupiter involving legal issues with Venus, wife, represent a significator for wife. Now, during this, we can look at the transit chart here. The inner circle is where the planets were when he was born, just like this chart, and the outer circle is where the planets are during this period. And I don't know exactly when it started, but sometime in April of 2022. And you can see that K2 is afflicting Venus and Jupiter. So Jupiter is legal issues, Venus is the wife. So it's causing some stress with the wife and legal issues. Mars is sitting here in the house of drama involving his career, which is being affected by all of this. So that's why he's hoping to win this defamation of lawsuit involving defamation. So we'll see what happens. It's not the best period, but her chart, I think I glanced at it, it was worse than his, so maybe he will get something out of it. But right now, Disney is trying to distance himself from him, and other people are not wanting to use him for roles that, in the different movies. So yeah, so those are the main things. Now, what could we do to strengthen the chart? So we would want to transform all the malefics, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and K2 by charities, and he's involved in, like I said, 30 different charities. So he's taking care of that. And then we would want to strengthen the benefic planets, Sun, Venus, Mercury, as well as Mars and Moon. And that can be done through gemstones or a kavash. You can see a kavash on our website. It's a silver locket from Bali that contains the Devata yantras for these planets, benefic planets that we want to strengthen. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to get a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com under services, or if you would like to learn transformational Vedic astrology, you can go to Vastu Creations under courses, and you can get certified to be astrology in level 2 as well. Thank you so much for listening.